Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you for joining this session on JOSM and validation with JOSM. This is the first part of a two-part series of events. Today, Dinar will be here to walk you through how to edit, how to contribute to OpenStreetMap using JOSM. JOSM is a more advanced OpenStreetMap editing tool, different from, in addition to the default editor that we have in the browser, the ID editor, in which you can make lots of more detailed and more advanced edits and manipulations with the OpenStreetMap data. And also, we are going to talk about how data quality is maintained and monitored through validation efforts, through validation tools. Thank you for joining the event. Dinar, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Hello, everyone again. And yeah, I think not everyone here is totally new to the JOSM, but we can start and then start the sharing session. I call it a sharing session because we can sharing all of our knowledge rather than it's used from the scratch. But if you are a newcomer or totally new to JOSM, feel free to unmute or drop the chat, and then I will leave that John or Miko and everyone else will happy to help you with that. So before we start, I want to share the link. We have two documents to use: JOSM cheat sheet PDF and also introduction to JOSM. Feel free to open it, and I already double check it that the access of this document is public, so you don't need to sign into any platform to access that. And if it's not working, please let me know. So for this first 5 minutes, I will share about just some cheat sheets. Let me share the screen. So hopefully everyone can see my screen. And this is like a general guidelines for introduction to JOSM editor. What is JOSM? Java OpenStreetMap editor is a desktop editor based on to edit, for easier edit, to do more complex edit in OSM using a desktop apps. And then what you can do, people usually do edit using ID editor, but for the complex edit, you can do using JOSM. And from this one page, you can see it cover all of introduction to the JOSM. Please make sure you have 3 things in your computer right now. First is OSM account, and then JOSM install, and have your mouse ready, because the most easiest access to use JOSM is using mouse. So I will walk through this cheat sheet. We have about 5 minutes before I start to presentation, in case you need more time to prepare on this. So basically we need to install, and then this is will give you notification. Please feel free to add this cheat sheet on your bookmark or download it and save it in your computer for the later access. I think it's already 5 minutes. Don't worry if you are behind from this presentation. You can go whenever you want to this document. Okay, let's move to this main presentation. Okay, what is JOSM? As I mentioned before, JOSM is Java based on Java apps, and then this is well-known and application that used for to do complex editing in JOSM. Not only usually people can add almost any object and do a more complex editing. We can do a like mass upload and also do a deletion in certain number, or we can filter or we can download for the specific queries. And from the some people experience, some can work smoothly with limited access connection rather than ID editor, another OSM editor that based on the web. So this is more connection friendly for the people. And then as you know, JOSM runs on the major open operating system for the computer. It can be run on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. So basically it can be run on all the top major operating system in your computer. And this is the requirement of that. You can download JOSM. There's some way to download JOSM. If you are like to have a standalone version, you can always download the Windows version. For example, you are using Windows, you can go directly to this link, Windows installer, and if you want to like do another version to install it, you can use start josm.gnlp. It will help you to do an automatic update. And then for the Mac OS, you can see the for the each operating system, there are a guideline to installation. Please feel free to drop a chat. I am checking. Okay, nothing so far. And this is a technically don't know how to download JOSM. Basically, you need to download standalone JOSM and just run it. JOSM, yeah, for the record, JOSM is not 10 GB tension. It's only 70 megabytes for the installation software. And then to have JOSM ready to use in your computer, you need to install a Java before install JOSM. And if you don't worry, if you forget to install Java before that, JOSM will remind you about that. So yeah, this is navigating JOSM. If you notice for this one, if you open the JOSM and you see this notification, you should update. It means you usually use a standalone version that I mean not standalone. You need to do a manual installation. If you are using like start JOSM GNLP, like I mentioned before, this one, you don't need to do manual update. But don't worry, every way you use to install JOSM, it will the same. You show update, you just click update and make sure you always update your JOSM, because sometimes the setting or any change that will affect your current setup in JOSM. So in JOSM, you will have your personal setting, and then the idea is you can store it, you can save it for the later. For example, if it is like maybe other apps have the same idea to work, but for JOSM, once, because you need to log in, and then maybe you can you have your preferred imagery structure, you have preferred plugin install, you have your own setting for filter, etc. And you can save the whole of your setting. And then in case you need to move it to another computer, or if you need like uninstall to install in your operating system, which is delete all the apps, don't worry, you can restore your setting rather than start from scratch to log in to install manually. Let me check. We can download JOSM from this link. I think from Baron Ruby Tech. I think you provide the wrong JOSM, not JSOM. Yeah, I see. I read the meeting chats in the chat box. There is a question, not JSOM, but JOSM.OpenStreetMap.da. Yeah, you are almost correct. And then let's proceed. So don't worry if you already set up your very personal setting in JOSM. Don't worry to get it lost in some time. And then you can still, once you have your perfect setup in your personal JOSM, including your credential, you can save it and store it to save place, and then later you can restore it if you need it. But for the just if you need to update the apps only, you don't need to restore your setting. It's only required if you do a fresh installment. So basically this is just some main display. We have my view, edit tools, and then for example layers, tag membership, filter hidden. As you can see, this is like a personal setting that I mentioned earlier that you can always save for your personal use. Because please don't share your personal setting with others without removing your credential, because it's only .xml file that also contain your credential. I can show you later. We have this one. Okay. Before we move forward, let me check the chat box. Okay, nothing. Okay, I will share the JOSM. So this is the new. You will have your account here, top left. If you already log in, the first thing you need is to log in. Need to go to setting. This is for not the new. Reference. And SM server. You need to do login with your credential here. And if you like, you can checklist this one, expert mode, to see more option. For example, advanced preference, etc. This is what I'm talking about earlier, how you can save your preferred setting. Just to export selected, export, select all, and then export into file, and make sure you save it on the safe place, because as I mentioned earlier, it is contain your credential. You can save whenever you want, and also wherever you think it's place, it's a safe place. I mean, and then yeah, you can look back. If you need to load your profile, just go to here. Oh, because I didn't setting read file. It's just like save and open the file like you did in any docs apps, like document editing like Microsoft Office or etc. The main idea is same. So yeah, I will go through that. And why we don't see anything? Because we need something to work on this. This is like you need to open data in OSM to start work with. But first you need to do a installation like mentioned in just some cheat sheet. I mean, you need to do a map and style, and plugin. You can install what plugin you want. Yes, anyone want to unmute?
Yes,
No?
could you please, hello,
Oh yes.
could you please get a back step how you can get this, the what we call that, this desktop slide? Is it go to the view and
Let me back to the slide.
back step? That is okay. So from there.
Yes. So yeah.
So
Yeah.
can you go the next step? Just I need to how you can get that the slide that you have shown to me, that
Mm,
edit and how the installation process.
how the installation process? Okay, so once you download the JOSM files,
Okay,
and you must have a Java first and then install JOSM.
it's okay,
Yeah, you need to have this one, to
right?
file of this, and
That's okay.
then
I did it. That is okay. That did it. Did it. That are also completed.
yes.
So that is also okay.
Mm-mm.
So that you so the next step you show some downloading process, some yes,
Let
next step.
let next step. Next step from
Yeah.
this, I show my JOSM.
That is okay. Right.
Yeah.
It's okay. So right, go
Before
ahead.
we
That is
before
okay.
we
Go
move to
ahead.
this
Okay.
section.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I will back to the JOSM. So if you have, please log into your OSM account. You need to use this one, use basic authentication, username, and your password. And please follow the instruction on the JOSM cheat sheet that we already shared before to get the full instruction on that. And once you install, usually only need to log in OSM server and plugins, install plugin, and you are good to go. And also, if you are keen to explore more, you can take expert mode to see more option to do. And Yeah, presets. This is for the letter, my pen style. You can create your own, or even you can choose from this. Plugin. You can check what you already install and then click OK. And some, if you see nothing on this window, you can click a download list. It will download the list of the plugin, and then you can, how to install plugin is just to click on the box you want to have, and then okay, you don't need to do anything. It will download the plugin you select, and then it will get to you, back to you. And sometime the plugin needs restart your JOSM, and sometime not. Not restart the computer, only restart the JOSM apps. It will do automatically. So once you're done with this plugin, we can click OK and this one. So this plugin doesn't need to restart JOSM, but don't worry if you see the option like different with mine, like required to restart JOSM. Yeah, feel free to click OK and then wait for the process. It's only close and then start your JOSM again. And for the plugin, usually maybe you're get confusing where is it and how to use it. If you forget about that, don't worry, you can go to preference again and then back to plugin and click plugin tab and click install. And for example, I need to know more about building tools. Where is it? How to use it? You can click this one, more info. It will lead you, redirect you to the website of for the documentation, for the further instruction and more complex documentation, and I'll including where you can find it, because the fresh installation of the JOSM will different with this one. It will usually create a new tab like this one, map toner, or sometime it will include in the existing tab. For example, like this one, map with AI or revert changeset, it will include in the tab data. You can find it. You don't need to memorize it. If every plugin you already install or where you can find it, you can just go to preference and go to the plugin tab, click more info, and you will know where exactly you can find it and how to use it. Usually it will redirect you to the wiki.openstreetmap.org page. So don't worry if you are not getting scam or anyone else. It's totally safe because all of this plugin list already sort and checked by JOSM team, and you can also find this documentation of all plugin available in the JOSM website, including map pine style. Same you can find on the JOSM website. So for me, you can start exploring before to go to further edit. You can start exploring what plugin do you might need, because sometimes people come to JOSM maybe not for edit or add building or add route only, but they want to do like a specific think probably you can find it from the plugin. You can check it one by one, which plugin that attract you to come, or select your preferred plugin. But if you come to JOSM for the casual editing, you can just follow the JOSM cheat sheet PDF and you are ready to go. So as I mentioned earlier, JOSM provide any complex editing for your specific purpose. But if you cannot find it, don't worry, either you can create it by yourself or ask in the community forum what kind of plugin or what kind of the setting that fit for your purpose to do that in JOSM. So I think we still have time for walkthrough, and you can, this one that I think you can explore more plugin, and then my paint style. My paint style, this is only affect the display of your data, not the functionality. I mean, it can be improve the functionality by displaying differently or do a specific display. For example, you can display different for different highway classification, or it can show you the warning that may overlapping building or the name is incorrect, or etc. This is provided by the community, and also once again, this is already published in the JOSM website. So you don't worry, if you want to know more about that, just go to JOSM website and find this. What is this? You can read the full documentation of that. So this is like, for me, potential to explore if you want to know more, not just edit up and upload several objects, because you can customize based on your purpose. Why you come to JOSM, what do you need from OSM, how can you contribute, you can start from this. And I assume that everyone is already have JOSM installed, and then you can, let me check the chat box. We have a question from them. I still use the latter version, the earlier version, or need to update because in the version already installed. If we update the new version, we need to install plugin again, right? The answer is, if we are still using the older version, I really encourage you to upgrade to the newer version, to the latest version that suit with your computer. It can be maybe different with Linux, Mac, or Windows, but usually it will, at the end, it will be the same, at least for the stable version. So the answer is, yeah, I encourage you to upgrade to the latest version, to the latest stable version. You can play with the development version, which is more, which is newer than the latest version. But yeah, sometimes maybe it has like not functional in 100%, maybe it's still on the development stage. And for the second question, if we update the new version, we need to install plugin again. No, the answer is no. If as John mentioned in the chat box, backing up your setting and preference may be helpful where you are going to have a fresh install. So upgrade is not it's different with the fresh install. So your personal setting, including your mapping style, your plugins, your filter, etc., will be safe, remain the same. It will same because usually when you upgrade to the latest stable version, it it won't change your preferred setting. So yeah, the answer is no. Just click update and install the latest version and you're ready to go. That's it. Bonsi, I see your question and let's move. Okay, what we can do usually, I assume that people come to JOSM for the editing, contribute to add something or modify the object, adding your neighborhood that, or etc. that you are totally new know about it, or you come to JOSM for disaster mapping activity. For example, I refer this. It takes a moment. Let me check. Okay, clear. Thank you. So you can see the difference from the tab, from the window. Once we have data, you can see tap on the left and then tap on the right. Let me do it again. If you delete the data, you only see this one, the welcoming message. Usually the JOSM team will send a welcoming message or another important news or notification from the OSM community. But usually they only will show this one. How to open the data? You can either download directly from the OSM and then click download, or open any data that fits. It will be the same. For example, you have a QJSON file that you might want to upload to OSM. You can open it rather than download it first from OSM server, because your data is have not uploaded to the OSM yet. So, for example, you have a field data survey in QJSON format and you want to share it with OSM community, so you want to upload it to OSM, you can open it in JOSM or modify and then upload to the OSM server. Or if you are also not, if you just want to put it to OSM server for the wider visibility, you can do that. So basically from the JOSM or any OSM editor, the idea is you do something, you either modify, delete, or add the new object and then upload to the OSM. It means you share with OSM community. OSM community is all people that not only contribute but also actively use the OSM data. And let's proceed. For example, for this context, you come to JOSM to have a more editing, to add more object to the OSM, or we can say mapping, tracing, everything you say. And what we see here is plain text. For this one, example imagery, this is not default. I already put it on edit or modified just from this one imagery preference. So this is also including in your personal preference. The also including the setting. You can put the Bing on the top or the bottom, etc. This is your personal setting. And for example, we already have this one. So the back to, let me share again before move forward to the slide. We already have this one, basic element in OSM. Hello, yes.
Just could you please tell about again how you get that background image? It means base map.
Or do you mind to sharing your screen so I can
Yes.
navigate?
Okay, sure. So it is not the host not disable that screen sharing. Can you please tick on?
Can
I cannot share that. Still not can.
check the setting. John, can you help us with that?
Okay. It is not allowed. Still, I
Can you-
cannot share.
Can you try again? I think I have allowed screen share.
Now it is okay. Just
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. Thank you. No
Good.
worries. Thank you very much.
Okay. So this is what that I have downloaded some area, some data.
Okay.
But
Yes.
just I need to get the background image. How we can apply, add that?
Go to the imagery tab
Just here,
and then imagery preference.
preference. Okay.
And then you will see all the list that you can use. From, you can see available, no, on the top. Yes, this one. The green
This one
color
color. Yeah.
on the right. No. Back to close this one. Close this tab again.
Okay.
Close this window. Yes, cancel. And then go to imagery preference
Yeah.
again.
Okay.
And go to the right.
But which one?
Okay. Let me share my screen.
It's
And
okay. I
then
will
you can
stop.
try.
Okay, I
Okay.
will stop. Right. Thank
You
you.
can try personal. Yeah,
Okay.
no problem. Show this one, imagery preference, and then go to this window.
Okay.
And then you can select what imagery do you want you to use. We have so many from the the
Okay.
source is very. And once you have your preferred imagery, for example, this one,
Okay.
Doradus orthophotos, just click
Okay.
activate. Just click
Thank.
activate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Then I will check
Yes.
it.
And then click OK.
Right.
And if you want to change the order of the imagery, just I think, it's disabled already because we cannot move it. Okay, we cannot move the order. I mean,
Okay.
I need to use it. The green one means that you already, it's ready to use the green one. For example, I have
Okay.
this one. I have, even I already activate it, but the color is white. It means I cannot use it. Maybe it can depend on the provider, imagery provider. Maybe they already limit the access to that or etc.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
then you can click OK. And yes, sometime.
Okay, I will try. Just thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to have more chat. We have 15 minutes more. Basically, we have this one, and you can add any imagery that. For the imagery, you can either use the available imagery from this list, or you can add your own imagery. For add your own imagery, you can use WMS or TMS, and this is require more technical thing, and also the most important, you need to admit the permission to use that imagery for us, but I encourage you to use a public imagery. For example, you have a drone, your drone imagery, and you want to use it to map your neighborhood or preferred location. You can add this. For the technical, it require more technical thing, but I assume it's already ready to use in JOSM. You can add using TMS and then click OK. Yeah, we can still catch up later if you want to do that. But the idea is you can use whatever imagery you want, but the most important thing is you getting the permission or it's already publicly available. So come back to presentation. In OSM, we have three basic elements. We have ways, like this one, roads, usually ways. It usually refers to highways, waterways, and all object that require a line. And we have nodes. Nodes, only one nodes like this. Why nodes is matter in OSM? Because not only it for the basic of the element, but also sometimes we need to tag, we need to map object that only nodes. For example, like maybe bank or any small object, but also it's still important to map because not all object can be mapped on the polygon or on ways. And the third one is polygon, usually building, park, and the riverbank. And for the more complex is like boundary administrative. So this is the basic elements of the JOSM. And for can you see it? For example, you want to map the building, your neighborhood. You can go to this one, drawing building. It needs to be installed from the plugin list, building, and then start this one. The most map object in OSM, I think, is building and the highways. So we can map everything, but the most map object in OSM, I think, is building and highway because it can be used as the routing and etc. And for the building can be for the analysis, settlement analysis, and yeah, etc. For this sample, you don't see. You clearly see that there is a highway on this. I can edit. Hope you see this more tools, all of the option. If you don't see the type like mine, don't worry. It's only I only got it from the plugins. Maybe you need install more plugin to get this one. How to map building highway? I mean, you already know this is on your neighborhood, and click one and go to the tag membership window. You need what is on the my right window is come from this. I close everything, so I don't have any window on the right. You can find it on the window, type windows. And what do you want to show? For example, I think the important type is tag, because we need to add text which this can describe the object. You can click this and then, oh, it's too big. Add, for example, highway. You can use residential. How do I know how to tag this object with this tag? You can always refer to the wiki OSM, wiki OpenStreetMap. So highway residential, and for example, you already finished with your edit, or even, or maybe you know the name of the road, name, maybe ABC road. You can add it and add more details on that. And after that, please don't forget to click this one. Open the validation window. You can go to Windows and then validation result. Why this is important? Because just to make sure your data is very good to use, to upload to the OSM. What is the meaning of the very good? You can say that in OSM there is a consensus for the data quality, and then the developer of JOSM put it in the JOSM as our direction to follow that consensus, rather than we memorize everything, every consensus related to data quality. Click this one, validation or CIFP, before you upload it to OSM. This one. Click this and then you will have the window, and click validation. Okay, we have this unconnected. So this is basically available in English or other languages, and usually it doesn't require further information like what is the meaning of unconnected nodes, etc., because it's already in like descriptive information. But if you are unsure, please ask in the any channel of OSM community, or find the documentation in JOSM website. What is the meaning of that? And usually we can use it the fix, but make sure you know what you did. And then this is only unnamed ways, and not every warning or error you need to solve, because sometimes it's only warning. Warning means like casual warning. If you have more detail on that, it will be better, but if not, you are good to go. That's it. And let me back to the slide. We have 5 minutes more. Drawing basic element. Yeah, I already did that. OSM tagging. Yeah, talking about OSM tagging, as I mentioned before, the idea is, what is OSM tagging is like we translate our human language into OSM language. So basically OSM language is machine, and then even it machine language, but it's already had a consensus from the OSM community. Who is the OSM community? OSM community is not exclusive to some people, to everyone that who are active user contributor in OSM is a OSM community. You can put your idea in the OSM wiki, and then you can, if you are disagree with something consensus, you can share your idea, and then we can have discussion with related OSM community. Sometimes it require global consensus, or sometimes it only require local consensus in national level. So back to OSM tagging. OSM tagging is like how can we translate our language into OSM language. The concept is that. So you don't need to memorize every tag you want to use, because you always can refer to the wiki OSM. And for example, how do you say school in OSM? In our language, school is school, but how to say it in OSM? So what the next? Yes, why this is important, and how to say school in OSM? It can require building as equal school and amenity equal school, etc. How do we know that about that? We can, as I always mention, we can refer to the wiki OSM as OSM community consensus there. So don't worry about this. This is like more information about why is what is the tagging, what is in detail. I already did that. This is setting preference and download the data imagery. We already did that, and upload thing to OSM. One thing that I want to use, let me go back. We have chat. Please fill, okay. Share my JOSM again. Let's say I'm done with this. I want to add the building and this one because I only know about this, and I want to upload it to OSM, and we already click the validation. And before, make sure when you click validation, please don't select any object, because it will show the different result. For example, if I select this one and I click validation, there is no issue. But if I select none, I select nothing, it can result, because if we select nothing, it means JOSM will check the whole object. And then we are good to go. Click this one. Yeah, you can please take a moment to read this one. That many user. Why this is important? This is technically allowed, but please consider comment. Comment is very important to others to check. If anyone want to check your data or want to track or want to use your data, they can track how you add this data. For example, you want to have the whole building data in one city. When you download it, and then you want to know what is the source of this data. Yeah, of course OSM, but what is the source of digitation? What is the source of this mapping? It can be what, and if the mapper say it's come from imagery, okay, which imagery? Bing, Maxar, or Esri, etc. So we can get the information from this process. So let's make others easier with provide a brief comment or proper comment to that. For example, edit highway and building, and probably I can, or example, add details of highway. You can technically you can put everything in 255 characters in this comment, and then please provide the data source. If you only rely on the imagery, you can use it. It will important if you want to use the data and track back the source, and then you can click upload change. Okay, I'm sure that that's good. No, I don't update. I did highway and building and upload the things. And also one of my suggestion is, once you're done with this one, but if you need to start with small size of the area. For example, this one, you can map this one and upload it regularly. For example, you want to map this the whole area. If you only need a few minutes, less than 30 minutes, for example, you can upload it in one click, I mean one time. But if you need more time, for example, when you map this area, but you need to take a break, sleep, or turn off your computer to do anything else, you can upload it and continue to map later. Start from the small area size, I mean in the size, and it will help you to maintain your data quality, because if you can download the whole data city, but it require longer time, and also maybe it can be hard to control the data quality, and we can have a potential data conflict, because imagine that you and your friend map the same neighborhood and then upload at the one time, you will get the data conflict. So to avoid that, you can upload it regularly and start from the small size of the area. Okay, I think it's already, but let me. Okay, John, thank you. You need to drop off.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you. Thanks everyone. Please keep going. Hope to see you on Thursday. Bye.
Okay, bye, John. This is not uploading to SM, and this is the resource material. And also, you can take a look on this resource whenever you want, but I want to show you more additional setting that not provided on this slide. For the, please move this window away. Share, stop, share. For this one, our purpose is to do a validation. What is the validation? It's like maintain the quality of the data or checking the others' work or the other data. The idea is, in case you want to use the data, you want to know, you need to know health facilities in your cities, and you need to put it as your research data, etc. You really need to, I encourage you to do a validation process, because as you know, OSM can be edited by anyone, anytime. So you need to maintain the data quality by using validation results. We go to, let me share. Could you please share the recording? Yes, we can share. Miko, can you confirm this? As usually, I can share it later, yes?
Yes, we can share later on. Once we close
Mhm.
the recording, we can share it.
Sure, thanks. Yeah, I want to show you one thing before we go. Let me stop share first. Go to, this is like bonus. Please use this setting. So some validator other. I put it on the chat box. What is this? So this is, we already have a default validation setting, but for further purpose, for specific purpose, research, data use, business analysis, maybe routing analysis, etc., we need more complex data validation tools. So JOSM already provide that, but in case you know more about programming, etc., you can set your own. But we can always use this not default available tools from the JOSM. So I provide this, is already on the wiki and publicly available, and yeah, you can use it. First, go to preference, and then go to the expert mode, because for the most fresh installation, this option is unchecked, the expert mode, and go to the advanced preference, type this one, validator other, and set the value into true. The default value is false. Yeah, while you take a look on that, the difference is this one. If you only activate default validator, you only see the folder warnings or errors. But if we activate this, you can have others. It detect more, because for me it's really useful for the further analysis, as I mentioned before, or let's say you want to have a routing analysis or building analysis in your city, and once you get the data from ISM, you open it in JOSM and do validation to make sure every data that you got is good enough. You can do this validation and then save it in your local computer and do your own analysis. That's what I mean by this process. So not only you contribute the good data, but also you can got the good data by doing this. And if you are not satisfied enough with this setting, as I mentioned, you can create your own validator. Maybe I ever, for example, that map, you want to do a reset for the name. You want to collect the name of the highway, and then you download the data in OSM, and you want to have good data in terms of the name. For example, not all people type road in the full name road. Maybe some of them only put RD and then, or maybe some people put road in lowercase or uppercase and not in the good order. Yeah, you can still maintain the quality of the data using this one. The combination between default JOSM validator and this other. I call it validator other because the setting is set like that. So that's the purpose why I introduce you to this validator other. Please, as you are, if you are a newcomer or your advanced member, please keep in your mind to only get and contribute the good data by having this in your hands. I think that's it from my side. Sorry for the overtime 10 minutes, but feel free to share if you had any tips or everyone. Hello everyone, I can request. Okay, for the Asma Kulaga, Miko already confirmed that we usually send the recording after the session, probably if not today, tomorrow.
Yes, Dinar. Maybe
Yes.
before we go, we could take a quick picture.
Okay. If everyone okay, can you can lead the session of taking picture, Miko. Over to you.
Okay, kindly open your picture, your cameras, so that we could take a very quick picture. There you go. Feel free. Thank you, Samaila. Everyone, okay? I'll be starting in 5, 4, 3. Okay, smile. There you go. Nice faces. Thank you, everyone. So that's it for the picture. Please do continue. Any last words?
I think I'm good. Maybe we have some thoughts from the participant.
Okay, any
So-
last questions? Yes.
So thank you very much sharing just kind of best knowledge to develop the GIS system, just like OSM. Actually, I have worked with OSM before 7 years ago, but I forgotten all the plugging and other details. Now I am working as a senior lecturer at the Department of Geography, University of California. So my students would like to apply this knowledge in the different ways. So I would like to ask the organizing committee, just you all can give some help to share this knowledge with my students. I warmly welcome that people. So also on the other hand, this opportunity may help to develop my career as well, also develop the OSM community. Thank you very much.
Thank you also. So for those who are interested to start their own mapathon and you might need help with a bit of the training, etc., feel free to sign up in this Google form. It's the Guru training form, and we'll pretty much assign a guru that can help you with training JOSM, other OSM or open mapping tools, etc., that you might be interested. So feel free to answer this very quick form, Mr. Mangala, and if you want or need some help in the training, we'll be more than happy to assist you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you also, everyone. See you on Thursday. I forgot
Thank you,
which
Yeah, this
see you
Thursday.
around. See you around. Have a
See
great
you.
evening, everyone. Bye-bye.